The following podcast contains spoilers and adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
The Showdown Podcast with Corey and Vic. A debate on what movie is better, Corey's choice versus Vic's choice. They each plead their case and try to destroy the others. It's a combat of subjective opinion. I'm Brad Scott, your impartial judge, and as always, my say is final.
The Showdown Podcast presents Episode 37, the Matt Holt Memorial Invitational Classic, featuring Matt Holt. Today's combatants: first, the challenger. Victor fits the description of the suspect Miller and his film, You Are Next. And his opponent, the reigning Showdown Podcast champion, Corey, hiding in your closet Miller, and his film, Cape Fear. Let us prepare to podcast. Alright, that British guy is worth every penny we spend on him.
I can't believe we got him again.
It's amazing we can fly his ass from England every time.
Absolutely, we got money. We're moving up. We are joined today for the Matt Holt Memorial Invitational Classic with Matt Holt.
Yeah, am I supposed to be dead for this? I don't understand.
All right, today's genre is home invasion, and Corey has chosen Cape Fear. Vic has chosen Your Next. Corey, you are the reigning champion. Are you going to go, oh, Vic, he is deferring to you.
I am throwing it over to Vic.
So, right. Vic, tell us about Your Next.
So, Your Next, I found this on Netflix.
Okay.
I was going through and looking for just something to watch, and this pops up, and the picture is a guy in a mask, and it just says You're Next in slash marks on it. I was like, this seems interesting. I'll take a look at it. I've now watched this movie probably 6 or 7 times because it has the darkest humor and the goriest shit that happens in it. Those two things combined make for a pretty good time watching. The movie starts out. Right off the bat, you have some chick just getting stabbed. Guy's going at her. He jumps up, dismounts, runs in for a shower. She gets up and goes and gets a gin and juice.
Stabbed that way.
Yeah. She gets up to go get a gin and juice and put on a little bit of music and relax afterwards, and sits back down, takes a swig, looks up, sees something, not quite sure what the hell it is, so she walks over to the window and proceeds to look scared and cut to dude in the shower. Which, by the way, looks like Jack Nicholson when he comes through the door in The Shining. If you look at his IMDb picture, I swear to God, this dude looks just like fucking Johnny. But he walks out, and he sees the drink on the table, and he's looking for the chick, doesn't see her. He grabs the drink, takes a swig of it, walks into the bedroom, still doesn't see her. Notices something on the window, which he's kind of interested in because there's just red shit all over the window. He walks over to see if it's inside. It's not. And then he notices that his girlfriend actually got stabbed for real this time in the throat. He kind of freaks out for a second, goes to turn around to run, and basically this big motherfucker grabs him in a choke slam, and that's the end of that dude. So the movie starts out, which also caught my attention. You got booze, boobs, rock and roll music, and people dying in the first 5 minutes of the whole thing, so you know what you're getting into. Progressing on, you find out that the story behind the movie is that there's a family heading up to the Hamptons or some undisclosed richy posh area to celebrate the family, the mom and dad's wedding anniversary. Got all the kids and their wives and significant others together. So mom and dad are driving up to check out the house and get everything ready for everybody to show up. And they walk into the house. It's already open. That's the first thing they noticed was wrong. In my mind, I'd be like, I ain't fucking going in there, but that's the black guy in me that wants to survive. So they walk in. They decide to check out the house. Mom's downstairs getting everything ready. Dad's walking around checking the property. The mom hears something upstairs, freaks out a little bit. Dad walks in. She's like, was that you? He's like, no, what the fuck are you talking about? She's like, there's somebody upstairs. He butches up and goes, you go outside, I'll go see what's going on upstairs. Again, my first thought is get the fuck out of the house, call the cops, and have them come look at it. But
it's been proven time and time again, white people are dumb.
Rich white people are not smart when it comes to these things. So, I mean, I've seen some pretty intelligent non-rich white people in horror movies that actually survive, but these ones, no. So he decides to go upstairs, check it out. He's looking around. It's a big-ass house, obviously. You know, the West Wing could be held by some God knows who. He's looking around, checking all the closets and doors, and as he goes into the master bedroom, he goes to open the closet and gets startled because his son, Crispin, which I can't stand that fucking name, drives me nuts, comes up behind him and is like, what are you doing? You left Mom outside alone. She said there's somebody in the house. You're an idiot. Get out of here. So they go downstairs to check on Mom, and his girlfriend's down there. Her name is Erin. You find out that she's the main antagonist in the movie and is quite badass herself.
She's badass.
So you then meet the dickhead brother who shows up, starts picking on the middle child who's Crispin, and obviously they have that relationship where they just don't like each other. His wife is there. The younger brother shows up and the younger sister show up, and they just all get together. They've got their boyfriends, and the sister's boyfriend's named Tariq. He's an independent filmmaker, so you can relate to that.
No, I'll talk about that.
So they all get together. They decide to sit down to dinner. They're saying their prayers, and they get ready to
Taking
eat.
their vitamins, training.
Staying in school. So they start to eat. They start talking, and they just start arguing, as any dysfunctional, rich, overprivileged white family would do.
We've all been there.
Yeah, I haven't, but I've heard things. The brother, the dickhead brother, starts picking on Crispin about how he's an idiot for, he's not successful or whatever, and he starts picking on him because Erin, who was his TA, is now his girlfriend, and he's dipping in the student pool and everything. So they get into it. He decides to lay off the brother and goes after the girlfriend's boyfriend, who is the independent filmmaker who is a documentarian. So he's like, I only like commercials. That's the only good thing about any film these days or TV these days. So he's going off on him, and the guy's name is Tariq. Decides I'm not going to really listen to this bullshit, and he notices something at the fucking window, which I don't understand why when you see something strange at the window you're going to walk to the window.
Yeah.
But that's what he does. They're all arguing. No one's paying any attention. You hear some glass break, and Tariq kind of stumbles backwards. Everyone else is still arguing, except for Erin, who the badass realizes that something's fucking happened, sees glass on the floor, looks up, and fucking Tariq has a bolt in his forehead. He stumbles around and falls. Everybody freaks the fuck out.
He had a what in his forehead?
A bolt. A crossbow bolt.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was an arrow.
It's called a bolt. Anyway, so he falls back, and they just start flying through the window. They're like shooting shit at him left and right. People are scrambling left, right, and always trying to figure out, except for getting down. The stupid fucking mother is screaming at the top of her lungs in front of the window that the guy just got shot through for no good reason. And the son decides he's going to be cavalier, jumps in there to try to save her, and gets one in the back. So dickhead takes one to the back.
I will say this, though. If you're just sitting down to have dinner and then someone gets shot in the head with a fucking arrow or a bolt, shock might take over.
Well, I mean, it wasn't shock. It was just, like, shock is like, oh my god, what the fuck's going on? But they were literally, like, the mom was just screaming and, like, in a tizzy, just kind of spinning around
Like
the
she's
room.
in shock?
I wouldn't say shock. She wasn't in shock yet. She goes into shock in a little while. We'll get to that. So, like I said, they start going through. They realize they gotta get the hell out of the room. So they start running for the hallway. Erin, who again is a badass and the only real smart one out of all of them, tells them to take a fucking chair and you hold it in front of you when you run by. So if they do shoot at you, you won't get hit. And the guy doesn't shoot at any of them except for her. It hits her chair. She kind of throws it out of the way and realizes that was a good idea. They're all in the hallway. They're trying to figure out what to do next. And basically this entire movie, they're each trying to figure out how to get the fuck out of this situation. And it doesn't work for any of them, really. So the sister decides, hey, I'm the fastest one out of everybody. I'm just going to run for it. They open this fucking door. This bitch is trucking. She, like, cracks her neck, gets ready to go. She's trucking out that fucking front door. Lariat to the fucking throat. Fucking clothesline, hits the ground. They drag her back in. Her shit's wide open from ear to ear.
Yeah, piano wire.
Yeah. So, they've, like, whoever's out there has planned for every eventuality. And pretty much knows what these people are going to do.
Probably read the script, I'm guessing.
Probably. Yeah, the special effects guys, they knew what was happening. So then they're like, well, what the hell are we going to do now? The mom at this point now has gone into shock and is about to pass the fuck out. The brother with the bolt in his shoulder is flipping out because he's in pain. They don't know what to do with him. They're getting ready to yank this thing out of his back, and Aaron's like, no, don't do that because I know what the fuck's going on. And so they give him a bunch of drugs, and he passes out after he feels better, and they take Mom up to go to bed. So in this scenario, again, I'm going, this is stupid, rich white people. You're going to take the mom upstairs and put her to bed with people running around trying to kill you.
And who could sleep at a time like that?
Yeah. And they hadn't even given her anything to, like, knock her ass out. Like, if they had flied her with drugs or something and said, hey, just go to sleep. Okay, so they walk out of the room, and the fox face dude, which, by the way, the killers are all wearing masks. And each
The Wyatt family.
Each one is, the one is a fox, the other's a tiger, and
a sheep, I think.
And the other is a lamb, right?
Yeah.
So, come from underneath the bed is this hand, and then sliding out is the fox face guy who then hacks the mom with a machete and kills her. They hear the scream, run back upstairs, and are actually surprised that this bitch is dead in the bed. I still, again, am amazed as to why you don't get this.
It's because all these characters are stupid.
You're correct, sir.
Yes.
That's kind of the point of the movie, is that they're all stupid, and Aaron is a badass. Which is, case in point, proves it throughout the entire movie.
They're so stupid, it's annoying.
So
their names are Felix, Crispin, and...
Yeah, Drake.
Yeah, fuck these people.
And Annie. So... They're not the interesting people.
Do you think one of the killers was Meek Mills?
Why? Because he was a sheep?
Oh, man. Drake has beef with Meek Mills right now. They've been putting out diss songs against each other.
Yeah, it's not good music. I don't listen to it.
Drake's a rapper.
I know who he is. He's a Canadian black kid who played on a TV show.
He used to be on Degrassi. He was in a motherfucking wheelchair. That's what he did at his concert one time.
He made it from the bottom.
He goes, my name is Aubrey Drake Graham. I used to be on a show called Degrassi. I was in a motherfucking wheelchair. And people just go crazy.
Yay.
Yeah.
All right. That's something to be real proud of. Anyway.
It's far from over. Go ahead.
Moving on. So she takes, the mom gets killed. They all go upstairs. They're freaking out because mom's dead. The realization is there's somebody in the freaking house. And again, I'm going... Hey, white people, there's a killer in the house. Why do you keep separating and like into small groups of two instead of staying together and finding this motherfucker and killing him? So they decide they're going to look for the guy, Dad, and I think it was Felix and his girlfriend Z.
It's not like the one shitty thing about being a guy. Like shit like this goes down, you're expected to be like the one that goes searching for it.
They're like, hey, Z. Find him.
Well, they had the one chick tried to run. She was the fastest.
Yeah.
She died.
They pulled her number real quick.
Yeah.
So, basically, you have those two. They're looking for them upstairs. The Aaron is like, okay, I know this is fucked up, so I'm just gonna do what I can. She goes and grabs every knife, like hard object, starts boiling hot water. Like this chick is set. She's like, I'm not dying in this motherfucker tonight. So she goes into the living room and she's like, we need to like secure the house. Like we need to close this place up because obviously there's at least one of them in the house, and we need to get the other ones that aren't in the house to not come in the house. As she's doing so, dude puts his arm through the glass, grabs her to choke her up, and she fucking shoves a knife through his arm. She's pretty fucking quick too. Like doesn't even think about it. He's just like, boom, she's done with him. He pulls out the knife and his arm in like 2 seconds. He disappears, and she's like, we gotta fucking do something about this window. So she starts putting 10 penny nails into fucking boards to put out as a trap for the guy if they come through that window. And it's pretty smart about it because they have masks on. She now knows this. They can't see very well, so she puts one right in plain view. So the dude looks through and sees it. And when he sees it, he's like, I'm not fucking stupid. So he steps in closer to the window and gets one through the fucking
She's
front.
like if Macaulay Culkin was a badass.
Exactly.
A hot chick.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin was a hot chick, exactly. So
I'm not saying he's not.
I was going to say, I thought he was just an ugly chick. But go ahead.
I'm sorry. I did skip one death. I missed a death. The stupid chick that was married to Drake, the brother with the arrow in his back, she was like, I'm going to run for it too.
Yeah.
Like, have you not learned anything from this? She's like, I'm going to duck. I'm not going to get caught by that. But there's still a guy with a crossbow out
She
there.
was just in a hurry to go make someone a sandwich.
She had to go get jerk.
As she should be.
She wasn't barefoot.
She should have been running to the kitchen.
She may have survived longer.
That's right.
But she takes a run for it. She ends up at the house of the dude that got killed at the beginning of the movie, and he's just sitting there in his chair with the music playing, and she's banging on the glass. And you see this image of the tiger mask behind her, like kind of materializes behind her. She notices it, turns around, and gets a face full of fists, and gets punched through the plate glass window, and subsequently beat the fuck.
And then he takes off the mask, and it's Floyd Mayweather!
No, because he couldn't read the script. So she gets beat down for a little while, and he steps on her and golf swings a axe into the side of her head, and then proceeds. And then you go back to the house where you see everything going on. The guy carries her body back and throws it through the window at them, which I think is excellent. He just uses her as a projectile. So he climbs through the window after he does this, and Felix and Aaron are in the dining room. He punches her. She proceeds to grab a meat mallet and beat the fuck out of this dude. She hits him in the knee, brings him down, jumps on the back of him, and just starts pounding him in the back of the head with the meat mallet until he goes down. Rips off his mask and grabs him by what is left of his hair, holds his head up and goes, "Anybody know this dude?" With like the most like ease of confidence, like, "Yeah, I just killed this motherfucker. You know who he is?"
She was a really convincing badass.
She was.
Too. Like she really like you didn't. There wasn't any of that. There's a lot of times they just feel like they're forcing it to be a female heroine.
Yeah, but they did a good job of her telling her backstory.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like when you find out what the backstory is, you're like, "Oh, it all makes sense now." And I could see her actually survive.
Which, what was that again, by the way? I
she lived in the outback. Her dad was very nervous about having a daughter, so he started a commune, and they moved into the outback, which basically everything out there is trying to kill you.
Yeah.
It's like the most dangerous place to live in the world.
She became a survivalist.
Yeah, and they had a survivalist commune, and her dad taught her how
like
to
Australia?
Yeah. The outback in Australia. Her dad taught her how to trap, kill, hunt, and just defend herself to no end, which she was running away from at the age of 15. They came to the States with her mom, and she just kind of let it go and didn't tell anybody about it. So her boyfriend didn't even know that the damn thing that she could do this, which was their downfall in the end. So the dad, who is now upstairs looking for the fox-faced guy that killed his wife, which he doesn't know, the guy turns the corner. The guy standing there, he fucking gets stabbed in the gut right in front of his son and her boyfriend, and his girlfriend, and you find out now that this is just some fucked up ploy to get daddy's money. Because Felix obviously has hired these guys to kill his family. And he's a little upset because he wasn't supposed to do it in front of him. So he's mad at the fox-faced dude for killing his dad in front of him. I'm like, you're okay with him killing everyone else in your family, but you can't handle your dad taking one to the gut. Okay. So they go into the room where his mom's at, on the bed, dead, chopped up, and his fucking freaky-ass girlfriend decides she wants to have sex on top of his mom's dead body, and gets mad at him when he's like, no. So...
That's interesting. That's a girl who has no boundaries.
Yeah.
She's never going to have a headache. Ever. Like, she's down.
She's like, I'll take a stabbing any time.
Right.
Let's do it.
Exactly.
So they go about it. She's like, did you really have to do this for me? Like, he's like, I don't want to have sex on top of my mom's dead body. He dips out, and the girlfriend just starts robbing the mom of her jewelry. Like, this chick has absolutely no boundaries, like you said. So she takes care of him. He goes downstairs to try to figure out what to do because this chick is like, I don't understand why you, like, who the fuck is this chick? Like, this is ridiculous. So they're still walking around with Aaron like they don't know what's going on, and she has no clue what's happening. But I think she kind of got an inkling. Like, I kind of got the sense that she knew that somebody in the house was in on it. So she's upstairs, and the fox-faced dude comes after her. This chick, I've never seen this in a movie. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen someone without any thought, rhyme, or reason just headlong out a window. Like, you see them in horror movies, like, there's a window, go out the window. Why aren't you going out the window? This chick didn't even think about it. She was just like, bye. Bye, Felicia. She was out. Took a big-ass chunk of glass in the leg for her troubles, but she got up and ran for it. that's when she caught the dude with the nail. It was right after that she got back in the house. The dude climbed in after and took the nail to the foot. They were talking to Felix is talking to the guy like, really? You can't kill a chick? I don't understand what the problem is because it's just a girl. You're supposed to be ex-military. Now that I think about it, it may have been the A-team that they hired because these guys couldn't.
It could be.
They kept failing like crazy. They were supposed to be soldiers for hire, and they were fucking up. So they decide to split up and try to figure out what to do. And one of the funniest parts is like, oh, well, we should go in the basement. She's like, no, they'll just pour gas down and light the match. I'm like, where did this happen? Right. She's like, knew this was going to happen. So they take the brothers go downstairs, and this is where you really find out that Felix is just a dick and really has no scruples. He just starts stabbing his fucking brother with everything he can get his hands on because his brother's apparently a resilient motherfucker and won't die. So he's got like 12 different things sticking out of his gut, his chest, and his head, and he just goes down. So it goes on to the fact that this chick is basically the baddest ass heroine I've seen in a horror flick in a while. She's not just some chick screaming and running. She's fighting back and beating everybody's ass for it. She makes a trap. So we'll get to the end. She makes a trap and she decides she's going to defend herself. Next person that comes through this door is going to get an axe to the chest. So she sets this whole thing up. That's when she figures out that the boyfriend Felix and his girlfriend are in on this whole thing. She beats the shit out of them and stabs Felix in the head with a blender and turns it on.
I remember that. Yeah,
that is like if you can do it, eh? She was like, if it's there, I'm gonna find a way to use it. So she blends his ass. The girlfriend is freaking the fuck out and about to attack her. She just takes a knife and ends her with it in the top of the head. So it was like the whole movie nonstop was just kill, and it wasn't the killers that were the most entertaining part of it. It was Aaron who was just annihilating everybody.
Death count of 15 in this movie. 15 in this is the death count.
You finally hear from her boyfriend, who apparently is such a pussy he couldn't handle the blood and took off and was hiding outside waiting for it all to end. He calls his brother to find out what happened.
Pussy who's alive.
That's true. Find out what happened, and she picks up the phone and she realizes that he's in on the whole thing. And his dumbass comes in and tries to talk her into thinking it's a good idea of what just happened.
Well, because he's afraid of her. Yeah. Talk about someone who's pussy with. This guy, literally.
He's like, I was afraid of you before you started killing people. So,
I think the reveal that he was in on it was kind of obvious, though.
But yeah, by the point of that, you figure it has to be that.
I figured it out when he was able to get away, and then like 5 minutes later, you're like, where'd that dude go? It's like he's in on it.
Well, at the point of where he took off, all of those guys were in the house attacking people. Where they were literally attacking other people. So for him to get out of the house and get as far away as he did, the other chick got all the way to the other house in the neighborhood. So for him to get out of the house is not so much of a big deal as it is the fact that he was not seen again for a while.
That's the problem.
So you could assume, like the older brother said, he's like, how the fuck did he get away? He's not built for that. And she's like, well, maybe he'll surprise you. Because Aaron didn't think he was built for it either, obviously, but he wasn't there, so she assumed he was, he got away.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that he would come back. But he didn't, and when he did, he paid for it because she killed his ass too. She's like, fuck it, I killed the rest of them, I'm going to take your ass out too. The problem is when she did that, there was a cop finally shows up, which for whatever reason, now they actually closed. There was a cell phone jammer stopping them from getting any calls out. And when they turned it off, it allowed the phone call to go, the text message to go through to 911.
Right.
So one cop shows up. I'm pretty sure that text message should have said something like, "Hey, someone's trying to kill us." Why do you send one cop?
Just send one cop out. That should be enough.
Well, and I'm not even sure he was a cop. I think he was probably like the Hampton security guard guy or something who thought he was tougher than he was. But
well, didn't he catch the axe?
Yeah. So he shoots her. She goes down. I don't know whether he heard the story or not, but he still shoots her because he saw her kill the boyfriend. So he walks in the door and she's like, "No, stop!"
And I knew when she set the axe up that it wasn't. It was going to
get the wrong. Yeah, you know it was going to get the wrong person. I actually was hoping that she would have taken it by accident somehow, but because that would have been a pretty gnarly ending.
This movie, they had some great death scenes. I mean, some you haven't seen before, like the blender, but overall, I was just like, this is. beforehand, there were so many people like on Facebook that I'm friends with. Apparently, I've got a lot of people that like horror films on my friends list. They're all like, "This movie's awesome." So I'm like, the first time I tried watching this movie, I got like 5 minutes in. I'm like, I am just not in the mindset for this shit.
5 minutes in, you were still dealing with a guy that was getting laid and then killed. So
No,
how could you make that decision
I was
already?
just like, this is stupid. But I gave it a second chance. I watched the whole thing. I'm like, this is not that good. I gave it 3 stars before you go looking at my Letterboxd D account, or Letterboxd the D. And but it's just like, so I just found some of like the guy.
So you found it better than average if you gave it 3 stars out of 5.
Well, that was being
5?
nice. That was being nice.
You always
Yeah,
say it's
5.
being nice when you do one of
You
my
owe
movies.
the producer a
over.
favor? Like, why are you being
Did he
nice?
give you a
to
reach
him?
around or something?
I
you didn't like it, you didn't like it.
I didn't care for the acting very much. I mean, you had two of the characters are played by directors who are part-time actors, and they're only part-time actors because they're in each other's movies, so it doesn't really count. They're more.
Isn't that
directors.
why you're in some movies? Don't you do your friends' movies to get it to help them?
I've done extra work. I haven't.
You
been
wouldn't
an
be in
actual
you
character.
wouldn't be in a friends movie to help them with a movie.
Oh, I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm not saying.
I'm just
but I'm
checking.
also not saying I'm an actor.
Is that all you've watched though of it? Is this the first 5
No, I've
minutes?
seen the whole thing. I've seen the whole thing.
So what did you think when? So okay, instead of giving us I sat down to watch it the first
No,
time.
I'm
And 5
saying-
minutes in, realized I wasn't in the mood.
If you would have been
For
paying
it.
attention, I also said I watched it all the way through. I thought the axe thing, I thought that it was going to end up with getting somebody else that it was intended for. I was right about that. I was right about the guy being in on it. The last guy, not the one that got.
So what? But
one
what
that got
was?
killed.
So what didn't you like about it?
I just didn't like it. I thought it was just. I don't know. I just wasn't. I wasn't as impressed as people made it seem like it was such a great movie. It was just such
Got a
great
75% fresh rating.
Yeah, I know.
I like the fact that they weren't known actors and actresses. I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Except
To
for
me,
Barbara
that-
Crampton, the mom.
To me, it carried the film though, because in a horror movie, when it's someone who's well known, you're distracted by the fact that person is well known.
Yeah, and you always kind of feel like they're going to at least live to a certain point.
Right. Whereas this, everyone was pretty much even
key.
Fair game, yeah.
Yeah.
And is it Drake that was in VHS?
Well, one of them,
Again?
Ty West. You got Ty West, who played Tariq. He directed House of the Devil, which I thoroughly recommend that film. That movie is awesome if you haven't seen it. But he and Joe Swanberg, who played Drake, they both did segments in VHS. That's correct. And so did this director as well.
Last name ever,
Vanguard.
first name greatest. It's my Drake impression.
And then Barbara Crampton was in Reanimator back in the 80s. But this movie is no Cape Fear. Let me tell you.
Ooh, look at that segue.
Which Cape Fear are we talking?
We're talking
The
about
remake?
we're talking about the remake. Yes, I'm slowly coming on the side of who cares if it's a remake or not. I used to be in the group of why are you remaking it when the good one should.
Especially if it was a movie that I picked that was a remake, then you would really be against it.
Well, it depends on how I come at it. But this one stars Robert De Niro, who plays Max Caddy. He was sentenced to prison for 14 years for rape and battery of a woman, and this is because his lawyer, played by Nick Nolte, he managed to hide some of the evidence that would kind of not lengthen, but shorten that prison stay. But he was so appalled by what happened, he hid some of that evidence, and so he got a longer sentence. But at the time, De Niro's character didn't know that. So what he did was, while he was in jail, he learned how to read and learned all these legal things, and then found out that that's what happened. So he was coming back to claim revenge on Nick Nolte's character and his family. So he gets out. He starts terrorizing their family, and as we said, this is a remake from. Let me see. I'm trying to find out what year that the original film was done. I want to say it was in the 60s. Yeah, 62. That one starred Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum, who are both in this film as well too. along with Martin Balsam, who was also in the original. Jessica Lange plays Nick Nolte's wife, and Juliette Lewis, who was nominated for an Oscar, Best Supporting Actress, plays Nick Nolte's daughter. De Niro, I believe, also was nominated for an Oscar as well, too.
This is how he picks his movies, by the way.
No, it's not. No, because
Almost every episode you listen to, you'll hear something like this.
now what I also haven't mentioned, it's also directed by Martin Scorsese,
Which is the other one. Again,
That's
this
right.
is always a part of his criteria.
De Niro plays such a creepy ass dude and terrorizes these people.
Well, hold on. If that's the case, then you should not like this movie because you just stated in my movie that you hate when people, act in other people's movies just because they're friends. You just said that.
To do with this?
You just said that a second ago
I know
about
I said that.
you have
What's that got
people
to do with this?
in other people's movies. It's not worth it
What's that got to do with this?
because you were using that as an argument against my movie, but you're touting it in your movie.
I didn't tout anything.
No, he just said that he was creepy.
Yeah, I said
No.
it was creepy.
He is pointing out the fact that De Niro's in Scorsese's movies and how many other movies that Scorsese puts out that De Niro's in.
I'm not saying anything about that. I mean, he was fit. He was the right fit for the role. I mean, hell, to be honest with you,
So
to be
where did he
honest
get
with
him
you-
from? Because he knew him from other movies, right?
well, yeah, of course they worked together before.
But my point is,
But he's an actor.
it doesn't matter.
He's an actor. Those other guys in your movie,
They have a
they're
SAG card.
directors.
They have a SAG card. They're
Well,
actors.
Yeah, from acting in the other ones, it doesn't make them good actors. I'm not real sure who that was.
It was
directed
yours.
towards.
Both of you.
But De Niro was nominated for an Academy Award. Were those guys nominated for Academy Award? Nope.
Except it was a whole lot more
He's an
exciting than
actor.
this movie.
He's an actor. They're not. They may have SAG cards, but that doesn't make them actors. It doesn't make them good ones anyway.
That was to say, doesn't that actually literally make them actors?
It's exactly
They
what
have
it
a
does.
SAG
It
card.
doesn't make them good ones. But De Niro is downright freaking creepy in this movie, and you can say that he's not. And hold on, what did I just? Oh, this has got a 76% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm surprised it's not higher. This thing, movie money wise, a budget of $35 million, made $182 million at the box office. Wow. I don't. That's at least what 6 times what the budget was.
Yeah, but that's just because Scorsese did it.
Yeah, if you're remember the argument of Scorsese and De Niro's in it, so you're gonna have a set. People are gonna go see it no matter what. So, and how many theaters did it open up in?
I don't know.
Because this was an independent film. This wasn't like they didn't have the big budget and then the big producers that were going out and selling the movie. It's just a good movie.
Yeah. Well, it also has a line from the movie. It was in the AFI's 100 Years, 100 Movie Quotes with come out wherever you are. And I'm
I say
telling
that
you,
all the time when I was playing hide and seek with my kids.
well,
It wasn't because of that movie.
got nominated. Also, if you're a wrestling fan,
You know what I used to always say when I played hide and seek as a kid?
not it.
Ollie, Ollie, action free. Because I fucking won. Continue.
So,
Moving on.
if you're a wrestling fan, Bray Wyatt actually took part of his character from De Niro's character. He uses that in as kind of a inspiration. Yeah, inspiration or homage.
You following me? Are you following me?
And it was also actually back in '95. There was another wrestler too that did the same thing, but Bray Wyatt's taken it a step further. But anyhow, that's not the point. With this movie is just downright creepy as opposed to Your Next, where it wasn't creepy. It was just like, all right, who's going to die next? You're not creeped out. You're not by anybody. You're not creeped out by anybody.
Well, the movie
that's
wasn't a
in Your
creepy
Next.
movie. It was a home invasion movie, which
know.
this is a home invasion movie.
Yeah,
There's
but-
nothing more than that.
But by saying that, shouldn't a home invasion be scary? Shouldn't it be creepy?
I'm pretty sure that all those people running around in the fucking tizzy was about as creepy as it gets. Not to mention the fact...
But you, as a viewer, are not creeped out by it. Nothing. You're sitting there going, "Okay, who's going to die next? And how they going to? What crazy way they're going to die?"
And that
But-
paid off. That
But
right
in-
there pays off.
In Cape Fear, it's like, oh god, he's the whole tone and the way that De Niro portrays his character throughout the whole film, it's just downright creepy.
We're
and
going on 42 De Niros, by the way, and keeping count.
Yes, and keep on counting. But this movie is just shadows over your necks. There's no way that I don't know how you can sit there and say that your next is better than Cape Fear. It's just
because it's an entertaining movie, and that's why you watch movies. Your movie may be creepy, but mine is the epitome of
But if
fucking
you're watching a home
entertaining.
invasion movie, you don't want it to be entertaining. You want to be creeped out by it. It's almost
Home invasions are not creepy; they're just fucking crazy.
They need to be.
If I were to run up to your door and knock and bust the door down and jump on you, I wouldn't be like, come out, wherever you are. I'd be like, I'm going to beat your ass and take your shit. That's a home invasion.
If you're watching a home invasion movie, you can pretty much say it's a horror film. Am I right?
It's a slasher film.
Is it a horror? And a slasher film is a horror film.
Correct.
Okay.
And?
Your film, not scary. Horror films should be scary. My film, scary.
No, not at all. You need to pick that mic back up. What part of your movie actually had the home invasion in it, by the way? Because you haven't even talked about that part yet.
What do you mean?
But we'll just move on.
The whole second half. The whole second half of the movie is all him going after them.
Really? In a bar and on their boat.
Okay, maybe there's some scenes in there.
It's creepy, but it's not a home invasion movie. We're lost as to what's what, but we'll go with it.
It's this film's so much better.
Alright, it's commercial time. You can follow the show on Twitter at The Showdown Pod. We also have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page. Give us a like. You can find everything out about me, including my schedule, social media, and watch my video series, How Was the Ride In, on BradScottComedy.com. Matt, where can the people find you?
Twitter at Holt Comedy.
Corey?
I am at MKO Gonzo on Twitter and Letterboxd.
I think that's it. So, Vic.
God damn it, every time. There's a black man in the house. Come on, respect. My name is... You weren't invited. You can find me on Xbox One as Black and Angry. That's BLAQ and Angry. And also on the social media network as at MillerKing51.
All right, let's get back to the show. All right. Matt, have you made your decision?
I have.
Okay. Go ahead.
I am going to go with Vic on this one.
Yes.
Here's why. I think it's a true home invasion movie. Cape Fear is a fantastic movie, but it's at its best, it's 15 minutes of a boat invasion movie. But I think it's more true to the topic, to the theme. I think, and it's just a fun movie to watch. I mean, I went to because I wanted to see that kind of movie, and I liked it. And I I paid to see it once and saw it 3 times. So. Not back to back to back. That'd be
I was going to say, did you just sit there and
I just
wait for the next one?
Look, I'm a guy who I will often on the road pay to go see a movie, and I'll spend all day going from theater to theater. And I saw that one twice for free. Come find me, Carasotes. So I love Cape Fear. I love it. I think it's a great movie. And honestly, the Juliette Lewis, Robert De Niro classroom scene turns me on a lot. And it's inappropriate.
Was she wearing boots?
No, I don't think she was.
I think at this point it's okay.
Hot.
It's not quite as inappropriate anymore because she's much older now.
Yes. So,
I think we all know how hard it is for me to vote for Corey, which is why this was an easy episode. Vic is our new champion. Yes. I'm going with because I'll say this: like I've never seen Cape Fear. Your argument did make me kind of want to see it, but when you were. I've seen Your Next, and I love that movie. And when you were arguing against Your Next, and I blatantly asked you, well, why didn't you like it? Your answer was, I mean, it just wasn't good. I just didn't like it. Like, you couldn't give me something you didn't like about it. You just were these vague, I'm arguing against it. That's why I don't like it.
It fits the slasher theme of all other slasher movies
and it really does embody home invasion, whereas when I was kind of looking through Cape Fear and Wikipedia, I'm like, Well, this is talking about every other scenario except a home.
Yeah.
So is
There's a point where where he goes in the house and kills the housekeeper and the guy, and then there's a point on the boat, but that's really the only two
Cape
times.
Fear is a superior film.
Oh yeah,
Not
absolutely,
even close.
absolutely,
It's not even close.
Most definitely.
But Your Next is a better home.
I think you would have had a better shot with The Purge.
I hated that movie.
Really?
See, I think the best. I think the best one to put up against Your Next would be The Strangers.
I was thinking.
That's a really good.
Yeah,
That would be the best.
yeah.
one.
Yeah, I actually, The Strangers, when we found out that the topic was home invasion, Strangers was the first one that came to mind. I was like, but I don't want to jump right on it because what if there's something else out there? So I was like, oh wait, Cape Fear, we're gonna do that.
You know, we had like 3 weeks before we actually decided what we were doing.
Yeah,
Cape Fear was more. I would have picked that for a stalker film like that.
Or a creepy film.
Yeah.
Let's do a creepy film.
What's your deal with The Purge?
Oh, I just fucking hated it. I hated the whole thing.
the
just,
concept of it?
Yeah, it's
I liked
just
one. I liked one a lot. I hated
Two.
two.
You hated 2. I actually thought 2 was better.
Well, here's the thing with 2. Like 2 is like
It's
just
so
exciting because there's more stuff going on. You're not in a box.
Yeah.
The first one, like, it was different because like it's they're in the like you see all these little things going on. And you really do get like the concept of what they're doing. Like, I'm just gonna go and break into your house and kill your family, and it's okay to do.
I thought 2 was what 1 should have been to me.
see,
To explain the whole thing, yes.
But the one issue I did have with 1, which I liked it too, but the one issue I did have with it is like, okay, so this guy has become rich off selling these
Yeah,
high-tech security
creating these high-tech
systems to
security
all of
things.
his neighborhood, right?
Right.
And it's unpenetratable. Except if you happen to have a truck and a rope.
Yeah.
Then the whole fucking system
Yeah.
comes crashing down. Like, you would have thought maybe we should put to where these giant steel beams designed to protect us actually go into the ground.
Right.
You know, like, it just that was the one thing I didn't
Well,
care
that
for.
movie also started off. That whole thing fell apart because they let a black guy in their house. So, that's a problem.
Corey, you're about to die.
I didn't like the actions that a lot of the characters made. The choices that they made. It's just absolute asinine what they did and what they didn't do, and it just drove me fucking batty. And I was just like, fuck this movie. That's why it's kind of the reason why I haven't even seen the second one. I'm just like, maybe I'll get around to it if it's on Netflix.
What's the most iconic home invasion movie of all time?
Well, since Cape Fear is not a home invasion movie,
Yeah, well, whenever we ask for the most iconic, sometimes in a bar, sometimes on a boat movie, we'll talk about Cape Fear.
well,
And apparently in a classroom.
Which reminds me, you know what I'm talking about, the nice guy thing.
Oh,
This is one of the funniest things.
Yeah, I don't know what club it is, but comics were talking to a club owner at one point, and another comic's name came up, and the club owner was like, "Hey, is this should I book this guy?" And they mentioned the comic's name, and the guy who's talking goes, "Oh, he's a really good guy." He's like, "Oh, well, when I start booking a good guy club, he'll be the first motherfucker I call. Until then, I'm looking for funny."
So fucking funny.
home invasion. Does Home Alone count?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a home invasion horror.
No.
But that's true because I did say horror,
Or yeah,
home invasion.
so I would, but yeah, I mean, I guess honestly though, it might be the most iconic, like
Yeah,
just home
'cause
invasion.
That's what I was answering. You said
Yeah, that
most
might be it.
iconic.
That might be it. What about horror?
But then does Home Alone 2 count? And then Home Alone 3. Is horror, again, I think the first thing that comes to mind is Strangers.
Yeah.
And that was pretty fucking creepy.
I'm trying to think, like, what about the 60s, 70s? You would think there would have been something.
Clockwork Orange.
No. That only happened in one scene.
Oh, here's the list.
It's
Panic
listed.
Room.
It's listed
Yeah.
as an invasion movie.
I know. I saw that list too.
Panic Room is one. You're Next. The Strangers. And then now it's...
Hold on. Is the Strangers the one where
That's the one with Liv Tyler.
Yeah, and they're wearing the creepy masks, and they
Like
have that
a
record
the
player.
robbers and they show up at the people's house
Yeah,
and
and
kind
they knock the door and... Yeah.
okay, and then they just take over the
Yeah.
place.
Something called Kidnapped. I've never heard... Oh, it's Spanish language.
There's one.
Desperate Hours.
Now, do you remember a movie? I'm sorry, go ahead. What were you...
I was gonna say there's one. He may end up saying it's got Frank Sinatra in it. I didn't want to pick it, but I remembered it. I had seen it a while back. he is going to attempt to assassinate the president, and so he takes over this dude's apartment that's technically a home invasion movie, but while it was good, it doesn't really fit.
Well, the one that kind of fits, but it doesn't. It's kind of in that weird spot is Vacancy, which was Luke Wilson.
The Luke Wilson, I forgot about
because that's in a hotel. And I love that movie, except the ending is so terrible that
I don't even remember the ending.
It's really, really bad. And I was in the theater watching it. It was me and one other guy in the entire theater. And the movie, I sat there silent as soon as the ending happened, and I didn't move. And I kept watching because I thought there has to be something after the credits. There has to be. And it went to just the white screen, and the janitor comes up and goes, "Dude, I think it's over." And I had to leave. I waited all that time, and I want to watch it again. It's actually on Crackle now, so I might watch that tonight, actually, because I want to revisit it. I really liked it, but I hated the ending.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen it. I think there was a sequel, too.
Really?
Yeah.
What about When a Stranger Calls?
I'm not sure I saw that.
Isn't that the movie The Call is Coming from Inside the House?
You could also say Scream based on that.
They did the remake of that movie, the Calls Come from Inside the House, where they did you see they did the body paint? Did you see that?
No.
The remake of that, it was pretty much a tit for tat remake of the movie, but the dude that was calling, he's standing against a brick wall. He had painted himself to look like the brick wall. And like literally, when you're watching this, they scan past it once, and because he walks by, and you're like, okay. Then he goes past it again, and he opens his eyes, and it's like literally like creepy as hell. Because whoever did that body paint, like it was perfect, spot on. Like I was amazed at that.
Which makes you wonder who painted that dude.
Right.
in the movie.
Yeah, he can't paint himself.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Well, according to Knivet, I guess the story is that he was able to do it somehow. But
I can't believe it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It was
you ever
crazy.
Heard of the movie I Saw What You Did?
Yes.
From the 80s. It was a 1988 like made-for-TV movie.
I Saw What You Did?
I was saying I Know You Did last
No. I Saw What You Did. Starred Candace Cameron. And much people I don't know. Tammy Lawrence, Shawnee Smith. But it was about this girl.
Smith. She was in Saw, one of the Saw movies.
This girl calls random people, prank calling him, and says, "I saw what you did and I know who you are," and then hangs up. And she accidentally calls like a guy who fucking actually killed somebody. So the guy goes after her. Which that day was a fucking...
How did he manage that?
Yeah.
Caller ID.
He's probably having to like triangulate the fucking signal.
Well, he's already killed a guy.
Yeah, exactly. He's willing to go hardcore.
Right.
That might be worth a remake.
Yeah, no kidding. I like that.
I remember watching it as a kid because I remember going, "It's DJ from Full House." My mom was like, "You shouldn't be watching this. You need to go in your room."
You sure it wasn't? It's DJ from Full House.
He was masturbating, for those of you. Since this is not a visual medium, I figure I should explain. Otherwise, it just sounds like...
So, how about, what's the one with, where she makes herself look just like her roommate?
Single white female.
Single white female. Because she invades a number of people's houses. The downstairs neighbor, she takes over that dude's house and just about kills him.
I mean, Halloween
it's crazy.
technically is a home invasion.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what Halloween's not better than?
What?
Stephen King's It. They competed on this show.
What?
And with Stephen King's It, that guy over there with Halloween for our Halloween episode, and It took home the title.
How is that possible?
Because he was horrible.
Because he decided to have a little drinky drink and
I was a little drunk.
failed to mention the giant spider.
The game winning tackle. Like, he would have been at the one about to win the game, and he would have just like stuck his foot out and tripped him, and he never made the end
Trent
zone.
Richardson.
That's where we're going.
So the thing, okay, there are things about Halloween I hated. Like it's Halloween and there's no, there are no leaves on it, or it's not fall.
Yeah.
Clearly, it's not in Illinois. Those things drive me crazy. Continuity pisses me off.
My thing, we've talked about this on the show before, but my thing with it was like the scene where Michael Myers is driving the car.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of made it less scary to me because I then imagined him like stopping to get gas and going into pay and like having to like use a turn signal.
You picturing like putting the belt on,
Going through the radio.
Right.
Well, it's a good thing it wasn't a stick shift either. It was manual, or it was.
Yeah, that would have been even weirder to see him like if he would have killed it and did all this.
Starts rolling back. The guy behind him is like, oh shit, shit, shit.
He has to run back to the car that's rolling, jumping in, put his hands on his
And
head.
it's also good that it's not a new car because when he walks away and he hits the lock and it beeps, everyone's going to look back and see the guy with the mask. It's just awkward.
He's got one of those heartbeat monitors to see if there's somebody hiding inside the car. Oh man! So let's share our wacky home invasion stories. Vic, tell us about the many
There was this
white
house
privileged homes you've robbed.
Actually, I was having a conversation with my wife the other day about
My wife.
and we just moved into a new house, and the front door. I was sleeping on the couch, and I hear the door. I guess the door closing woke me up. So I look up. My dog's at the end of the couch, and he's just kind of growling a little bit, and I see like a shadow walking back and forth in front of my door. So I got up.
So you got black and angry.
Oh yeah. I got up, I grabbed the fucking lacrosse stick I had next to my head.
Hold on. You're a black man who has a lacrosse stick?
Yeah, I was a fucking
Next to the bed.
Hold on. No, next to the couch.
Oh, sorry.
I would guess your middle name might be Lacrosse.
No.
I would think you'd have a lacrosse stick.
I was actually a national lacrosse player in high
This
school.
is frightening.
Goalie at that. So I'm standing there waiting for whatever's in front of my fucking door because it's a person walking back and forth, obviously. The door opens. I basically lunge for the door and yell at the top of my lungs. The dude just falls backwards, almost goes down the staircase. It's my son. He had gone outside.
Good thing you didn't set that axe up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he almost got hit. He
And I
almost
said
got
axe,
hit.
not ass.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just so we got that clear, because Jesse Jackson's nowhere near the building.
Right.
But I scared the piss out of him, and he's like, "What were you gonna do with that?" I was like, "Beat your ass! Don't try walking in my house unannounced. What the hell's wrong with you?" He's like, "I live here." I'm like, "Yeah, don't walk out of the house in the middle of the night."
Have you ever done that thing where like you're by yourself home late at night and maybe you like might hear a little noise or something, so in your mind you kind of go through what you would do? And like for me, I always like become Jason Bourne in my own mind because I'm like,
I'll grab this.
Well, yeah, I'll
Do
grab the clock radio by the cord and I'll swing it around my head. You know, all this. I'll tie him up and everything else. But like in reality, I'd fucking just be curled up in the fetal position,
Be
crying.
hiding under the bed.
Yeah, it's
You're like
just-
the girl in Taken.
Well, there are those times when you think you see something and you know it's nothing, but there's part of you that's convinced that it is.
Yeah.
Your heart's pumping a little fast. You've got some adrenaline, and you're like, I got nothing.
Yeah.
This guy walks in, you know.
Yeah, we're
I pull my
pretty much
calendar,
done.
tell him where I'm going to be, something like that.
You want to know what my next show is?
Yeah,
I got tickets. Let's
right.
talk about this. My wife was reading an article. I guess that there was a thing. This lady had moved into a dangerous neighborhood, and she was like,
a black neighborhood.
well, you know, I wasn't going to say it. I was waiting for Corey, but she's asking questions like, where can I get a good can of mace or blah blah blah? And they say, you know, most people who have mace and home invasions end up getting maced, and they're like, if you're going to do anything, go out and buy some wasp killer. Because Wasp Killer has a larger, longer range, and it's a concentrated spray.
Oh, that's interesting.
You hit somebody in the eye with and don't do this on anybody at home. If you hit somebody in the eyes with Wasp Killer, it will blind you, literally, completely blind you until you go to the hospital and they give you the antidote to it.
Patrick, is that what happened to you?
I finally understand. But I thought that was pretty interesting because they literally said, just go get a bottle of Wasp Killer, put it on your desk. No one's ever going to question what that is because they're like, oh, there's wasp.
Right. It's
So
just
no
hard
one,
to
yeah.
get it in keychain.
Yeah, no one's gonna run up and grab the wasp and be like,
You gotta get a travel size wasp killer. People camp a lot.
I thought that was pretty interesting as a preventative measure for something. I mean, I have a can of wasp spray in my house. Never thought to use it as a freaking home protection thing. I would have probably lit it on fire and tried to
No,
their
that's
ass up.
swear to God, I was getting ready to say is I'd always imagine like using like air freshener and then
You
just
think
holding a
on
lighter.
the can, on wasp sprays that say not effective on Jews, does it say that? It would make sense.
That's who made it.
Of course. It's who marked it up.
What about you, Corey?
I don't have anything.
Oh, that's right.
nothing-
You're white. You're privileged. You live in a
Yeah.
nice neighborhood. You don't have to worry about getting your own invasion.
Yeah, I don't have any interesting stories. I will say that we do sleep with with a baseball bat next to the bed. This was a baseball bat we got from an Indians game.
Is it like this big?
No. It was game used. It's actually broken. They gave it away because they ran out of souvenir bats, so they gave away real bats that were broken and it just got tape wrapped around it. So it still works. So it's sitting back there.
I lived in an apartment in Beach Grove 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7, something like that. And my girlfriend was staying over, and her son was there in the spare bedroom. This was the night before April Fool's Day. So I remember the date well. I get up, go to work the next day, and when I walk down my hallway, I kind of look at the window, and I realize my screen has been cut. So someone overnight cut my screen, jimmied my lock, opened my dining room window, stepped into my apartment, and they stole all my electronics, all my booze, all that stuff. Everything that was within an arm's reach they took while we were asleep. And her son was in a bedroom that was 5 feet away from the dining room when it all happened. So I freaked the fuck out. So I looked out the back window where they had left, and there was a wooden, like a riot baton that was there. So like they were ready for some shit if they needed to get mean or mad or whatever. And so I had to have the cops come and all that shit, and that freaked me the fuck out. And then I started putting those alarms up on all my doors and everything. But I come home and that also ended the relationship.
She's like, you can't protect me. We're out.
Because she lost her electronics as well, so her computer bag was gone, and it had every photo she'd ever taken of her son.
Oh no!
So she lost all that, and that was, of course, my fault. But
because you talk to people in the
right, exactly. House. So then I normally come home at 3, 4 in the morning on a regular basis. So I was pissing myself every time I walked to my apartment.
You never know who could be in there.
Yeah, there's a person walk in on it again. So that always freaked me.
I grew up in the inner city, so like the first thing they teach you, like when you get your own place, make it that bitch, bulletproof. Make sure nobody can get in your house.
I was in Beach Grove.
Oh no, I understand that, but like even to this day. When I move into some place, the first thing I do is like lock down my house so nobody can get in that bitch. Because it was instilled in me, like you don't, because our houses used to get broken into all the time when I was younger, like all the time, to the point where we knew not to leave anything valuable in the house. We would put all of our valuable shit in the trunk of the car when we left. Wow. That's how bad it could get sometimes. But like even this day, there are 4-inch screws in the window pane of my house right now because you can't get those out of there, and the window will only open this much. And the ones that have my air conditioner in it, in my spare room, those are actually screwed into the windowsill. They're not getting any of that. They're not getting in my house. It's not happening. Not to mention, if you get in my fucking house, I'm going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, what was creepy is this was happening when we were asleep.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Really creepy. Yeah. So I'm sure they're crackheads or something.
Of course.
Probably Beach Grove. Or Meth.
Yeah, I think it was right Meth. Because I actually went, there's a hallway, or not a hallway, a field that is up against my building. And I started going back through that field, and I found my backpack that was empty. And then I started following a trail, like my business cards and everything, and got back to where it was all this underbrush, and they had like hollowed out sections, and you could see they'd have like campfires and shit. So they're probably cooking.
At that point, you like.
I turned around. Yeah, because I was like, I'm way far back.
How did you find that and the cops didn't?
They don't give a fuck. They showed up like, yeah, we probably won't find anything, and then they left.
That's a one honest fucking statement. I've had that said to me so many times.
Yeah.
Well, but he's white.
I'm talking in the white sector.
I'm gonna check this out. So I had a baseball bat. Mine was not cracked. I've got nice shit. So I go back there and I get back so far, and I'm like, fuck, I'm not fighting over a shitty laptop. So I turned around. So
that she broke up with me over anyway.
Yeah.
But like, I got your laptop back. But,
yeah. So yeah, that's my story.
That is a perfect way to go out. Thank you for listening to the Showdown Podcast. We're just as surprised as you are that you're here. For Matt Holt, Corey Miller,
And that black guy.
I'm Brad Scott. We'll see you next time.